In this video, we will be going to learn how to take input from user. So let us say you have to take an input, for example, name from a user. How you can do this in Python? So first of all, what you have to do, you have to write your variable name. So let us say my variable name is name. Then you have to use input keyword. After that, in the input keyword, you have to pass the message. For example, enter your name. After that, let me print the name here. So here you can see when I press shift enter, which is for running the code, it is giving me a box where I can type my input. For example, if I have written here Abhishek, so the name will contain Abhishek. So this is how you take inputs from your screen. If you want to change the data type, so here you can see that by default, the input keyword will take string data type. So if I write here type of name, you can see it will returning me string. Similarly, if I have written here value, input, enter value, and if I print here value, so here you can see that if I written 4 here, what will happen, it will store the value as 4, but the data type will be also string, because we know that by default the input will contain string value. So in order to convert them into an integer, what you have to do, you have to do something called as typecasting. So let us understand what do you mean by typecasting. Typecasting means changing your data type from one to another. For example, here I am converting my data type from string to integer. So what I will do, I will write here value, and here I will do typecast. So write int in front of it and it will become an integer. So here you can see the type of value will become integer. So this is how you do type conversion. So there are two types of type conversion available. So we have basically two types of data type conversion. The first type of conversion, we called it as implicit conversion. And the second we have is called as explicit conversion. So let us understand what do you mean by implicit conversion. Implicit conversion means when Python automatically change your data type. For example, let us say I have two value 4 and 5. Both are of them integer type. But when I divide them, it will give me the value in numerical type. So this types of conversion is called as implicit conversion, in which Python automatically changes the data type to another. Then second we had explicit conversion. So here in the above example, you can see that by default the values are given in string. But when I am converting into integer, this thing will be called as explicit conversion. Now let me talk one more thing. Suppose that I have to take multiple inputs from the user. So what we can do? So if you have to take multiple inputs from the user, let us say I am going to talk about two inputs. So x comma y input. Then after that, you have to use something called as dot split function. And here in the double quotes, you have to specify space and print x comma y. But remember that we have to do it in integer. So let me make it as integer of x and integer of y. Now click on enter. The first value will be, let us say 3. So x will be stored as 3. And second value, let us say 4. So I have to put an space, then I have to enter my second value. So this is how you can take multiple inputs from the user.